Welcome back to John Bozzy's YouTube channel, and it's been a while since I've done a little bloggy sort of style of thing, so sorry if you hate my face. It's nice to meet all these new people that I've met recently. What have I been doing? I've been working a lot on my electric bike project. I did have an electric bike before, and it had lots of different wiring problems. People say, why did you change? Well, apart from the battery being totally stuffed, I was never happy with all the connections. So you can see on this new bike, I've got all proper connections here. I think what they call them Anderson or something like that. Anderson plugs, and they're all like, I don't know, you call them mini XLRs or something like that. So computer style stuff. It's much better looking, and hopefully there's no connection problems. Doubt there will be, because the cost of the kit that I bought is at least 3 times more than my first kit. The specs, of course, are 100 times better as well. Sorry it's a bit dark because we are in the man cave over here. So where can we start on the bike? Well, the bike is a $1,600 bike offline. Off online shopping, so I didn't get to try it out. And you know, what did I go for when I bought it? Well, basically I went for suspension. So as much suspension as I could get. RockShox Revelations. It is a Hassa brand, which I've never heard of, and probably nobody has, and they're probably crap. But anyway, it's XC1 aluminium something or other, and it's got a lot of rear suspension, so that's the really big difference there. We've got here the DNM. I've never heard of that. That's a bit dodgy, I suppose. I understand the compression and the rebound, or maybe the other way around. I've got to check it again. But I don't quite understand on the other side of it. It says what does it say? Open and close. And I've tried using that opened and closed, and I can't see any difference between what the hell it's doing. I'd imagine it's like turning it on and off, like you can do with the front suspension. Anyway, 14 centimeters at the front, 16 centimeters at the back, and I've got a lockout there, which is really cool, which will be good for braking and stuff like that on the road. And what else was I saying? So the bike came with some really pretty average wheels as well. Well, not average, they're pretty good. I can't remember the specs there, but the tyres that came with it were like these really thin ones, like on the side. They're so flexible that, you know, and the tubes are too thin as well, so 2.1s, and it just feels really waxy. And I mean, the hub's alright, so if anyone wants to buy a hub, let me know. Got here from my other bike. I've got enough bloody parts to build new bikes now. So what did I replaced the tyres with 2.5 hookworms. They're the urban aggressive style of sort of riding and stuff, so they're the strongest I can find. They're much tougher sidewalls and stuff like that. So what are we going to talk about for all those people who do know about electric bikes? Sorry to bore you. Mounting this thing. And what is it? It's a crystalyte 4065. Well, 65 is supposed to mean it goes 65k an hour, or that's its kind of speed that it'll be going at. And this motor is, if you know about the stealth electric bikes, they use this or a thinner version. Actually, I don't know which one exactly they use, but this is what they use. So stealth bikes sell for about between $8,000 to $11,000 if you start including shipping and things like that. And you know, and that's with the worst suspension and etc. and tires or whatever on them. So once you upgrade them, they'd be around the 8, 9 grand, 10 grand, whatever. So this motor's got some big torque, and it's a very fat motor, much fatter than my last one. So the stealth bikes run on 48 volts. This is a 48 volt system. the battery, unfortunately there's no space for the battery in here, so I did stuff around and I ended up buying this Topic bag and finally found a size that fit, thank God. I haven't got it put on. The bag here with the battery inside is 7.1 kilos. The actual bar that goes with it is rated at 9 kilos maximum. So we're kind of on the safe-ish, but I'm not happy about the weight distribution. But for now, it's either sort of put it up the front, which kind of I don't know about with aluminium air compression forks, whether that'd work. So I really don't know what to say about that. It is an issue, but I'm just happy that I found at least somewhere to mount it. I have tested the electrics and they do work, but I have definitely not ridden it because we need to solve the torque arm issues. Now, because it is such a wide thing, and I was told it was 140 dropout widths here between the two sides, but it's not. It's just irregular 135s, and I can space this out a bit more so that I can use that last one. But what happens when I space it out is that this then becomes uncentered, and I prefer that it's centered because I'm not planning to use too much gear changing. So I'm waiting for a torque arm to like it's a one that kind of goes around it and curves up and has a bolt on here, so that's why my calipers here is not put in and is just kind of sitting loosely. You can see it's a very tight fit. When it is on, it's like about a mil space there between the calipers touching, and that's why also this wire, which originally I had the wire coming out through here nicely, but once I started spacing everything out, there's not as much, I can't pull it away from it, away from the rotor. And you can see here where the rotor is, it's a very thin space, so we're going to have issues there, and I've got to curve that back and up. And I was worried originally whether I'm going to have enough length, but with the controller where I've positioned it facing down, I do have that length there. Other things I'll be looking into is how to connect this thermo wire, or whatever you call it, to the cycle analyst, which I did have a cycle analyst, but it wasn't the right version. It's a V2 something, and it was supposed to be the V3, so I've sent that back, and that's a bit more expensive as well. So if you're building your own bike, expect to spend money. Sorry, sidetracked. So back down to the torque arm. This is the I think it's called a RAV4. It's not a strong torque arm. Yeah, it's not strong enough, but that's why the other one, it better be strong and bolted in properly. It came with, RAV4 is supposed to be universal. It came with these very small tube clamps, which there's no way they were going to fit. Tried, couldn't. And so I just went and got two different bigger sizes, and they both obviously fit. And I do have one more space here. I wonder if it's worth me trying to fit that one in across this. It's really not ideal because this is very thick. The swing arms thicken out, which is a real sort of hassle to build torque arms around. And I've also got this screw here, so I don't know, I don't know if you could go that way anyway, but other things. So what was I saying? This last cog here won't work because it's so close. I said that's one issue. Another thing I don't like about the bike, because it is it's like a cross-country bike with way too much suspension for its own good. There's going to be a lot of slap when riding. Currently I've got other problems with the derailleur. It's also, this thing is hitting here. the derailleur's hitting there. And what else can I say? So it's starting to play around with the derailleur and stuff, and so what I discovered is that I can't even I can't change down the gears because this throttle here is hitting on this big fat bar, and I really do want to use this crystalyte twist throttle. I did pay for it, so bloody hell. The bars, I reckon, are too thin. I did ride it. It's 630 mil, 63 centimeters. So I think for a bike with big suspension and stuff like that, it definitely didn't feel stable for steering and stuff like that. So I've ordered 78 centimeter wide, another $95 delivered. But that should solve this problem. It will be an awkward way to use them, so I'll be actually moving this way across, so you can't go because it gets fat here. I'll be moving it across another couple of centimeters, and it'll be kind of like changing gears, like over here, just change the gear when I want to change a gear, and then back to normal riding sort of style here. It is a carbon handlebar. Anyone wants to buy it, let me know. I'm scared to sell it because if I ever have problems with warranty, I want to use a warranty or something like that, then yeah. So I think that's all I got to say about the bike, and I hope you've enjoyed my rant, whatever you want to call it. And thanks to Pendragon, he's been my mentor through building stuff for ages, especially on my last bike. I wish I knew where my dad chucked the battery. I had the other battery here somewhere, but he's done some crazy wiring there with copper. That's just definitely worth showing. But oh yeah, this bike, this bag was the first one I bought it, but the dimensions that I got were from the outside. Awesome, because I originally had this facing downwards like that, and it just fit perfectly, but unfortunately it just doesn't have enough space in them. They're too small. But so for a smaller battery, or if I could reconfigure it, it might be different. I really liked it because this thing that's made for a pump sat perfectly like that, and it just had a real second balance point. And of course it's central, it's not behind here, so it's going to have crappy feeling weighing all at the back. So yeah, thanks for signing in and enjoying the rant. Electric bikes are rock and roll. It's my new passion, love it, and I can't wait to go for a ride. And also, if newbie is watching this, I can't wait to have a ride with you as well. Cheers. A little bit of Jim Beam for clear the palate. Oh, hair of the dog. Catch ya.